Hey everybody, John Ploskina here, and welcome to Dangerous Ideas, the unsafe space where we question our preconceived notions. Now, I was watching a really interesting interview with Ron Paul on RT, and he was talking about how he noticed that there are some neocons that are kind of weaseling in close to Donald Trump. And it got me to thinking about how there's no way for us to know at this point who Donald Trump is keeping around him because he actually trusts, and who Donald Trump is keeping around him because he needs their help for political reasons. We hate these people, and Donald Trump seems to hate them too. But now he's got to work with them and try and find some way to make the government actually work, as much as we'd like for him to just kick them all out. And that got me thinking about the situation that he's in and how difficult that it must be. Because we've all been on a team where there was one person who was like a lying, manipulative jerkass of some kind who would bully all the other team members into trying to do their work for them because they didn't want to pull their own weight, and they'd whine and complain about everything. Well, of course, politics is the NFL for people like that. It's where they go pro. They can get coached by the best experts. They can develop their skills to the best of their abilities, and they have an arena to compete in where they can be rewarded handsomely for success. And so Trump basically just became a head coach of all of these people. Half of them explicitly hate them, and about 20% of the other half secretly hate him. So he certainly can't trust any of these people, but he needs them. He has to find a way to make them all work together. And I bet that's why presidents age so quickly. I bet that this is a principal source of the stress of the job. I never really thought of it that way before, but I thought it was interesting. And it got me thinking of something else. The most royal candidate theory. The proposition that the winning candidate in United States presidential elections will be the candidate with the greatest percentage of royal blood in his or her pedigree. Now, this theory hasn't held up because John Kerry actually had more royal blood than George W. Bush. But a 12-year-old genealogical researcher named Bridget de Vagnon, now how badass is that, a 12-year-old genealogical researcher? She traced that 43 of 44 previous presidents could be traced back to the DNA of King John of England. Which sounds fascinating until you realize that about 1/3 of Americans also share that DNA, and it's even more common to share DNA with other types of royalty. It's not as uncommon as you might think. So it seems like that theory is bunk in terms of predicting elections, but there is one thing that I thought we might be able to take away, and that is that the nobility was the real-life Game of Thrones. They were constantly backstabbing, backbiting, manipulating, lying to each other, jockeying for power, and oblivious to the harm that they were doing to those around them. And if that's genetic, then it makes a lot of sense that these people would be overrepresented in politics, even in a democracy, because they were born with exactly the right traits to succeed in politics. So, have we really gotten rid of our noble overlords from the old days, or is democracy just feudalism with a different rationalization? Not only that, the next time that you're getting bossed around by some lying, manipulative jerk at work or wherever, just think, you might be in the presence of royalty. And if that makes you curious about my political philosophy of anarcho-capitalism, well, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because I'm going to be talking about that a lot more pretty soon. In the meantime, I'll put some links in the description so you can learn more about it. And that's all I got. So it's a harsh world out there, my friends. Keep thinking.